Hello, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a bit of a mismatch today. So it's not just a squad builder like I've got above my head. I'm actually going to be showing you all about the Player of the Month, Sane, who of course came out yesterday. And I'm going to show you, the SBC that I'm doing, which is the loan. I'm then going to show you the routes to go ahead and get the full version if you want it. And then I'm going to do a squad builder around him using my loan version. And I'll let you know at the end of that how I think he plays. So this is the squad that I put forward to use for just getting the loan SBC to get 20 games for this player. I feel like this is a great way to test out someone if you're just not sure on actually getting the full version. I'm also thinking that because Black Friday is like next week, Cyber Monday, all of that stuff, this guy's going to be out for a couple of weeks in the SBC. If there's a huge market crash, some of the players may come down in price in order to get the full version or something for a bit cheaper. So maybe that'll be a good time to get him. But for now, I've got 20 games on this 86 rated Sane, and he's got some pretty mad stats. However, let's take a quick look. I'm just going to quickly breeze through the squads that I put together these are some of the cheapest versions of how to do it. This particular one I just put together using a couple of players from my club, and then the other three should be the cheapest, if not arguably one of the cheapest squads that you could put together in order to complete this guy for as cheap as possible. I've got quite a lot of the players in my club, but obviously I would need to go out and pick up a few of them, which is why I've held off for now, because it would cost me, I mean, the SBC itself is supposedly costing between 250 and 300,000 coins, and it would probably cost me over 100, I would say, to get some of the players in. There's a lot of special items that I would need to buy, and obviously they are the things which go up in price. A lot of the regular players that people sort of predict that you will need, like high-rated Premier League players that are just gold, have actually like plummeted in price quite a bit, which is interesting. Always sell during the hype, not when the stuff actually comes out, because if people overinvest, there is a huge market crash in those areas. So this is what Sane looks like. 95 pace, 89 dribbling, 85 shooting. The guy just generally looks pretty solid, but as we know, he does only have 3-star skill moves and a 3-star weak foot. So I wanted to do this squad around him, and I'm also going to be doing an in-depth player review over on the FUTWIZ channel. I'll leave a link in the top right corner to those guys. Well, it's me just over there making videos as well. So I'll let you know a lot more about Sane over there as well with different goals and whatnot. So it's of course a different video. Semedo comes in at right back today. I started in goal with ter Stegen, the Barca goalkeeper. Wanted to use Semedo because I've only ever used him for like 3 games. And recently coming up against him, he's been really difficult to attack against. So I'm hoping that he can defend well for me. David Alaba, of course, one of my favourite fullbacks in this game. He does great work. He's just so good all around and gets a strong link to the main man, Jerome Boateng. Apart from Frank Rijkaard, this is my favourite centre-back on the game. 88 rated Boateng. I've got him as an untradeable, 75 pace, 88 defending, 84 physical. The guy's a beast. And then another one of the better centre-backs on this game, who's come down a lot in price actually, is Raphael Varane. The Frenchman is very meta, I guess. 79 pace, 80 odd defending, like he's 6'3" as well. A lot of people use him because you can link him up to some pretty solid players. Now my midfield is stacked full of hard workers. I have got Leon Goretzka. If you guys have got the coins, there is an informed version of this man, and I'm sure he is amazing. I've actually used him, and he was very good. But it's difficult to tell the difference because this guy's actually really good as well, you know. And Tolisso is another player. He's got a ones to watch, which this week does have an inform, so he's been boosted up again. You could get a better version of Tolisso if you had the coins at your disposal. And then we're using Patrick Vieira. 1, chemistry reasons. He helps to link everyone together. And 2, he is a great hard-working player. And if I was to switch this particular team to a 4-1-2-1-2 in-game, I'd like him to chill in my CDM spot and really just mop everything up and, well, just keep running around everywhere because that's what he does best. He is insanely good. I nearly rate him as important in my club as Ruud Gullit, which is saying something for sure. Now, my front three is very pacey, and actually it's pretty solid as well. We've got Roman Alessandrini, the informed version, 93 pace, 85 dribbling and shooting, and then we've got informed Gabriel Jesus. As you guys know, I've got this guy for Fatal. He is one of my main strikers alongside Ronaldinho, so Gabriel Jesus in form with 89 pace, 89 dribbling, 83 shooting, 4-star skills and weak foot. Whilst I've got him in the club, I'm definitely going to use him. And of course, we have got Leroy Sane filling in this squad at left forward today. 20 games on him. Unfortunately, the first game I went into, the guy just literally paused it and quit before we even kicked off. I feel like sometimes people do that just so that you waste a game of your loan and stuff. Alright, love it. But I definitely struggled a little bit whilst playing some of my games. I was struggling to get a win. Now, there were some games where I'd go like 2-0 up and then end up losing 4-2 or something. And then some games where I did absolutely dominate. And the one player which really did get involved was the one that we were looking to get some clips with, Leroy Sane. That front three just worked so well. I think they were the only players in this team to actually get goals, because if you think about it, I've got 3 hard-working midfielders. I've got Tolisso, I've got Goretzka and Patrick Vieira. None of them are like going to score me loads and loads of goals. You know, they might have got the odd one here and there, but really, when you've got an attack like I was using today, the objective is to just to have those midfielders hold down the middle of the park and just literally distribute it to that front three. They can then work together, passing between each other, and then one of them's going to eventually stick the ball in the back of the net. And of course, it was quite evenly spread out, but obviously I was doing my best to get the ball to Leroy Sane, who definitely outscored everyone. I think I've got like 17 goals and 3 assists in the 10 games that I've played with him so far. So I've still got another 10 left. If he was able to like produce the same output again, you know, 20 contributions in 10 games, if he was able to do that again, he would be up there with some of the best contributing players in my ultimate team for sure. We're just skipping over the few goals that we got with other players, and then I think after this particular one we can see the goals that we did get with Leroy Sane, and like I said, there will be a link to FUTWIZ in the top corner. I'm going to be doing an in-depth player review on him this evening, and I think tomorrow I'm doing a Thierry Henry review as well, so one of the new icons. Really looking forward to showing him off as well, because he was actually quite a fun player to use. But some of the goals that Leroy Sane scores, what I found was that they were actually kind of different. Like a lot of the time, Heung-min Son, for an example, another player in that sort of position in the Premier League, I scored a huge amount of low-driven shots with him because I know exactly where to get the ball to and what will work with someone like Heung-min Son. Whereas Leroy Sane, I actually scored kind of a variety of goals. Like, yeah, the low drivens happened a lot. He's got great shot power and finishing ability and stuff, and being left-footed on the left-hand side, cutting across goal and stuff, yeah, that's brilliant. But I also scored, like, headers with Leroy Sane because he's tall and he's got the afro and he's, like, he's actually good in the air. Jumping and heading ability is actually pretty solid. And then I also scored the odd like banger where I didn't hit the double tap of the button, so it would go low driven, and I actually just, you know, like leathered it into the top corners. And when they go in, they look very powerful and very nice. But overall, yeah, he's a difficult player to defend against. You know, whenever I come up against regular Leroy Sane, I'm not happy. I know that he's going to destroy me because he just is one of those OP players that people have in their Prem teams. You know, he's cheaper than the likes of Martial and stuff like that. So a lot of the time when people don't have the budget to work with, they'll bring in Sane instead of Martial, and he'll nearly do as good a job. The things that you need to bear in mind, though, are the fact that 1, he's only got 3-star skills, 2, he's only got 3-star weak foot. Whether that's a huge problem is something that we can talk about. I find it to be an issue because I use a lot of 4-star skills. I actually do a lot of 4-star skills in this game, just because that's one of the ways that I've found myself to be able to get space in order to take a shot. Whether or not you can just abuse pace with a player like this, and because he's on the left-hand side and he is left-footed, that 3-star weak foot doesn't necessarily come into account a lot of the times or come into play that often. Means that you might not notice it as much as you would with another player. Or let's say if this Sane was on the right-hand side and was a right winger, then you would notice it an awful lot more because you're going to have to cut inside before you can take a shot. Whereas just being over here, you know, I did actually score the odd right-footed goal. Like that one, I think it ended up going in on the right foot, but it was just like a chip over the goalkeeper. And then just from inside the box, yeah, you might be able to tap it in with the right peg, but definitely a very one-footed player that you're going to want to keep on his left foot as much as you possibly can. So, that was the squad builder around Player of the Month, Leroy Sane. I've shown you a bunch of goals that we got with the guy. I've shown you the routes to go ahead and get the full version if you want to. I myself am personally going to hold off because, one, I've still got 10 games left on the loan, and 2, I'm going to see what happens to prices over the next week or so. If he drops to around 200,000, then I think maybe I'll do it, But I do already have Player of the Month Mane. I've got an untradeable, like, prime icon Overmars. There's a fly in here. And there's just the likes of, like, Thierry Henry and stuff on Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, there's so many left-wing players in this game. Whether or not Sane is the one to stick a load of coins in for an untradeable player, I'm not too sure. I'll weigh it up over the next couple of weeks, but he is solid, and I did enjoy him, and he did score a lot of goals. He provided a lot for the team. Smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Leave a comment below. Are you going to pick up the full version of Sane? Are you going to get the loan version? Are you not interested at all? I'd be interested to know down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.